again.
Oh my god.
Like on TV.
Awesome.
Right, there we go. I believe that I'm now on YouTube. Hello, everybody. Just
No, I like the name.
Yeah.
Version 11.
Yeah, absolutely. Yet another.
Hey, it don't matter how many we go through, as long as we get one that works really well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah. Hi,
Salam here.
Hello. Oh. Right, okay. Hello, everybody. Sort of kind of got a bit ahead of myself there. I started explaining things. I hope everybody's going extremely well. Welcome to another live stream. Sorry about yesterday. I didn't do one yesterday. I had a couple of problems, and Johnny kindly jumped in and did a live stream. So just going to pull myself off the screen. I believe that my screen's being shared with everybody. Yeah,
It's on TradingView.
Yep. Okay, fantastic. So thank you for that. So I've pretty much gone through what I worked through since the beginning of the week already. So I'm going to just go through very quickly the idea again. So as always, just as I'm recording on YouTube, if you do share your screens or anything like that, please be aware not to share your credentials and things like that, because it's been recorded for anybody that wants to come back and see it later, or who may have missed the actual stream. Welcome to everybody. Thank you for joining me again. Once again, I apologize for not being here yesterday. Thanks to Johnny for stepping in and doing a stream yesterday, which was very interesting. Had some personal things I had to sort out, just some little issues, and but now I'm back. So as always, Discord has kind of its downfalls. If anybody has any questions, please do interrupt. I talk a heck of a lot, so please do interrupt. It's so much more fun when everybody's asking questions. So if you have any questions about any of the algorithms, coding, or anything like that, please don't hesitate to interrupt at any time. That's what I'm here for. This week, like I said, like I promised, I've been working extremely hard on the DaviddTech bot with another couple of coders, developers, Python developers using CCXT. That's going extremely well, very, very well. I should imagine that we will have a alpha test or a beta test for Monday next week. We have FTX fully integrated. I'm just testing it at the moment. Binance, KuCoin.
Will it affect the entry speed on the ByBit? Because it's running, the DTech bot's running really well at the minute.
You have the option. I will leave the other one exactly as it is. It will not change anything whatsoever. That one's going to stay exactly as it is. It shouldn't do. I have. As you know, the speed was the main idea, and obviously the stop losses and things like that was the main idea behind it. So if it does make anything slower, the only thing I can do is, currently it uses CCXT. All I can do is then develop it so that it uses everything natively, which I might do as we go along anyway. But
is it using that now, CCXT, or is it natively connected to ByBit?
Natively connected to ByBit at the moment. So there might be a little bit of a difference. We'll see if it is something that makes it slightly slower. Like I said, the integration will be done with CCXT, and then I'll just have to go through and add the actual native code for each and every one of them, but it'll give us a starting point.
Yeah.
Which
sorry, is it possible to also add BitGet, David?
Yes, there's BitGet.
I've seen a lot of people.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you very much, Brad. Yes, BitGet's in. There's also OKX, I believe it is. There's absolutely tons of exchanges. If I go to CCXT, once the framework of the actual of the bot is made using C60 and is working 100%, we'll be able to integrate most exchanges. As you can see, these are all verified exchanges, but it actually works with absolutely tons of exchanges across all marketplaces. So I'll be able to integrate things much easier as long as it doesn't slow down the entry speed. And if it does, then I'll just take the most used ones and then I will integrate them natively. But as you can see, all of these exchanges have their own APIs, untested APIs, some of them, but APIs with C60. So once it's made, there's differences. There are differences in some of them. FTX is slightly different to ByBit. There, for instance, what can I give as an example? I believe on FTX when I was coding, things like leverage is the same leverage for shorting and for longing on FTX. As ByBit is a little bit more dynamic, you can change. They also don't offer. What's it called? They only offer isolated margin, so those kind of things are not available in FTX, I believe. So yes, they're all slightly different, but thanks to this, I've been able to integrate it faster and hopefully offer to anybody that can't access ByBit the same sort of services as everybody else that's using it. But like Steve said, we've tried to keep it so that it's fast, the entries as fast as possible. So if you prefer to use the old version, that will continue to be updated with any of the APIs that may change. But yeah, so it's just an alternative, and then we'll just see how it goes. And if anybody's got any suggestions, I'll add them as I go along. So that's the first thing that I've been working on this week. Other than that, after a discussion with a couple of members, Steve and a couple of other members, decided to get back to the ABC, the bot. Get back working on it, focusing. It was something that I really enjoyed developing for a couple of months inside of our group. It went a bit pear-shaped at once, and I just sort of thought maybe it was better to find something out. But after talking to a couple of people and seeing the results in the testimonials and things like that, I've decided to get back trying to find a solution to the ABCs. So what I've done is I've started building another indicator for the ABCs using different kinds of pivots and zigzags, if you will, to find our highs and lows. The reason I did that is for quicker entries, because the ones that we were using, often we were having the problems where we had to do 1 or 2 or 5 closes, or so some of them were 1, but they weren't particularly well confirmed, as this one here seems to give much better results, as it uses several oscillators as well to confirm the higher highs, the lower lows, the higher lows, and I've forgotten one of them, but I don't know which one. The lower highs, I think that's right. As you can see, we have... I got there, did I? Yeah, so as you can see, it gives a higher high with a value on the top. This is really a kind of a developer mode, if you will. What I've done is I've taken the thesis from Hammerfest and tried my best to integrate his ideas. There's been lots of discussions, like I said, from Steve, from Hammerfest, from Ollie, from Anne, for quite a few people in the group who have been giving suggestions to improve it. So I worked on the pivots to try and get them better, and then I used Hammerfest's idea of integrating the wave trend. So as you can see here on the labels, the only labels that are really interesting to us are the yellow labels and the pink labels if you're following the wave trend. Now if I put up Fu Manchu here, Fu Manchu. So the Fu Manchu, this one here. Now Hammerfest, if I get this wrong, you'll have to correct me as I go along. So we're looking for ABCs in the same sort of light as we were before, creating ABC patterns we're just looking for ways of confirming. Now this one would have been this one here, so actually the high was here. Now I decided to not look for the 0 to A, as it was removing quite a few entries from us, but going back to the 0.2 version where we were looking mainly for the break of a low or the break of a higher high, and creating this, and then we're taking the level of our break of low, and then we're taking it on, taking that level, and as you can see, it's got a number here, which is the number of the wave trend. Then we look to see if the continuation towards the down is met with a divergence on the wave trend. If so, they come up in gold or yellow here. Let's say gold, and as you can see, it's a confirmed ABC entry. As we come past that level there, you could get in. You can get in several places. You can get in here as you come back above that low, or you can come and actually just get in on the next candle, which would probably get you, well, will get you on this one in particular, a better entry, an even closer entry. So because you're below the ABC, you've got a confirmed entry with the wave trend. You've also got Ollie's vector candles here. Same goes for Ollie. If I'm making mistakes, please do correct me. I try to read as much as I possibly can through the Discord, so sometimes I get a bit confused. So I do hope that I'm getting it right. Going through the vector candles, I made an indicator which I showed everybody quite a while ago, which was a pump dump indicator, which takes these colored candles here one by one, and then creates a tag, if you will, or a label that says pump dump. If there's a red met by a green candle, potential pump. And a potential dump if it's a red candle met, green candle met by a red candle. There can be, when you're on the lower time frame, a couple of candles, grey candles between the two. Oops. But that has a diamond up there, and you have one here, which is a strongman bicep sort of thing there.
Popeye.
Popeye, there you go. Popeye arm there, much bigger than mine, I tell you. And that's another confirmation for that entry. Now that one there would have been a very good entry. Am I on replay here? I'm not on replay, so yeah. So it would have been a very good entry. Everything comes down to also where you put your not your stop losses. So obviously the stop losses are very important, but how you exit your trade. When I was building the indicator, my main idea behind it was to wait until we break a low. So I would have got out around here, I should imagine, on this one here. As we're breaking the low there, creating a new low, which may be something that was interesting, maybe something that could be interesting to look at with the indicator that I built on YouTube during the week, where we were looking at highs and lows of each candle, and then we can look to see maybe take an exit at that point. We can also, on the new indicator, the new strategy, target a previous high. So you could target this high here and have a 3 to 1 entry with a 1% stop loss, almost 3% take profit. So you could have in the new strategy boilerplate, which I'm going to release, you can actually aim for those local highs, the previous high. So that would actually be this one here, the higher high. You can also aim for lower highs as well if that adapts better to the strategy. This particular entry would have been better on a higher high, but that's an option that's in the new boilerplate.
I think that's
that was your idea. I think
so.
I think
that's the best way to do it, because sometimes like people aim for value gaps and that, and I mean, you can load a chart up on high time frame and go right back, and you can look, and there's imbalances that have never ever been touched, so you could.
I agree that there's certainly your trading strategy looks very impressive, and so that was why I integrated it because of your ideas behind it. I was very much inspired by the way that all of the screenshots that you've been adding and things like that. So, and also the indicator that you were using, the higher live strategy, is how I managed to find it. So, yeah.
What is that? What's
Yeah, what it does is it literally puts them into an array, so we can go back and find the closest higher high or the closest lower low, or I've also added into the boilerplate, like I said, any high, any low, so it'll even do lower highs and things like that. So
have you got the have you got like an option to like just take so much off of the table at the the closest structure?
Currently, no. Will be something that I'll be looking at afterwards. You can always use the multiple take profits and divide it in 3 or divide it in 2, take it halfway. Obviously, that's not the ideal situation. The best would be to go, obviously, to take the 2 previous higher highs or the 3 previous higher highs and split it that way. But it's not in there at the moment. So that would have been the entry for a long. Short is the same as before. We have our highs break into lows, and then we break in to a new high, and then we're looking for a reversal at this point. Now, it's pink, which is great, and it has a reversal arrow just here. That reversal arrow means that Hammerfest's idea of the waves are actually the numbers on the waves are sorry, the numbers on the waves are lower, and the push through on price action is higher. So that's gone pink. If you're waiting, you can also wait for a vector candle, and that's a diamond. I've got a red diamond over here, which would have pushed down. It's pushed back up at the moment, but yeah. So that's the idea. Then we have up here, we have another 2 up here. Like I said earlier, we have our first one, which would have been this one here, and it's gone pink as well. It did go through and give us a second opportunity as well if we wanted to either add, or if we've been stopped out, giving us a second opportunity here. And this one's an even more confirmed one because we have the diamond just here. And that one was worked out nicely as well. Another yellow one just here. Now it does have 2 options, as I said earlier. This one has the ABC. Sorry, the ABC entry would have been like this here. So it would have given us an entry. You could have taken your entry there, has the Popeye arms there, so that's got your reversal on the vector candles, which is perfect. We've gone through the EMA, so all of the everything's valid in there. But Ollie also doesn't only well, I say Ollie, but as far as I can see in the Discord, I've got to find the path. There it is. Yeah, so sometimes more than often than not, we're creating W patterns as well, which these W patterns seem to be quite well known in all of the vector community, the vector communities where they're often talking about W patterns and that. So this one here also checks for a lower low. The whole of the indicator checks for a lower low and looks for a W pattern as well. And as you can see, it's come up with the arms for the vector candle. The W pattern is detected as we've broken through the EMA as well. So that's another confirmation. But we haven't quite come down to break the previous low. But this is still a valid pattern, and with the signals would have been taken. And that would have made 2 nice entries before pushing back up. And as you can see, there is a diamond here, but there's no valid ABC setup. There is no pink or yellow divergences inside the wave trend. So it's something that would be just ignored. So yeah, so that's kind of what I've been working on in the past couple of days. Quite excited. I hope that the results on the backtesting will be as good as they look. And if they're not, I'll continue trying, because I can still build in yet another ABC, or yet another ABC. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a video about this, explaining it all. Going to convert it into a strategy. And I might do it live stream tomorrow, because I'm not going to have enough time to edit a video and all of that. So I'll probably go through all of this as a video tomorrow, and then maybe convert it into a strategy so that we can connect it to bots and give it a go. I think the things like Scope was saying earlier, the things that are important are take profits and things like that I need to work out to try and squeeze the most out of the market as possible for each entry. There is obviously going to be other entries that can be confirmed. I'd like to try and find a way of also adding other divergences with other indicators if anybody wants to. I don't want to end up doing the same sort of thing as before, where we overcook it, because there's no real point. This seems to be quite good, so there's no real point. But I did see that some developers are offering a drop down where you can change the source, and that source can be another indicator, which is somebody else's indicator. So I might try and see if I can add that, so that you can just download and test on other indicators for divergences. But I'm not 100% sure how to do that, so I'll have a look afterwards. Voila.
I think that what we were talking about ages ago, volume.
Sorry, you moved away from your mic. I didn't hear Scope.
Sorry, mate. I think that segmented volume, what we were talking about ages ago, would be a good thing, because you can find divergences in that, can't you?
Yeah,
really
absolutely.
Easily.
Yes, absolutely.
If they're not weighing up, it's really good. I've watched quite a few videos on that. Well, we spoke about it months ago, didn't we? But,
yeah.
I've watched quite a few videos on that, and I've watched guys trading that, and it's really good to spot divergences, and plus it can't. It's very rarely wrong.
Oh yeah. It's heavily used, like I said, in the developer community with AI and things. Well, AI, machine learning, and things like that. So I believe that it is quite good. Yeah, it looks good. What I'd like to do is, like I said, is just try and put a drop down on there, because that way, instead of adding 4 million options like I did before, we can just use a drop down, and you can sort of connect two indicators together. I've seen that a couple of developers have done that. I'm not sure how that works, but I'll have a look. And yeah, I think that is pretty close to most things. So Johnny's on this evening at 7 p.m. EST, which is about 1-ish London, I think.
Moonlight 00.
Sorry? Midnight.
Yeah.
And Vlad's been doing a lot of live streaming. Congratulations on all of his great entries as well. They've been your calls have been very good, very precise. Doing good. Yeah, that's that. What else? That was pretty close to.
Any update on patterns?
Sorry?
Any update on what you've got on screen now? Patterns.
Harmonic patterns, yeah. So I've started. There's a couple in the one that I've just spoke about that use just the simple pull of a Fibonacci. For instance, the one I showed over here somewhere. Where is it? It uses the algorithm. This one here. No, that's not gold. This one here, for instance, would have probably been a ABC inside the algorithm. It wouldn't have actually been an ABC. It would have been more of that kind of pattern. But it does sort of a predictive thing, which it pulls the fib from here, and then it tests to make sure that it goes between the 618 and the 50. which it does over there. This was something we shared during the week. I suppose it was written there anyway, 6.4, so it's slightly over what it should be, but there is a margin of error. So yeah, I've started building. There's a couple out there that are quite interesting. They all give extremely late entries. I know there's a couple of paid for as well, which seem quite good. But the free ones that are on TradingView will give extremely late entries. So I'm working on a DaviddTech version. I have. I don't know. Let me see if I can pull something up that looks a bit respectable. TradingView, let's have a look, because I was working on it earlier today. So let's see if I can find something that pulls up. EMA, Hammer, Honey, Scopes, ABCD. No, that wasn't the one. Was it? No, that wasn't the one. No, I haven't got it. So yeah, I have worked. I've worked on what I've done is when creating this, I've created the pivots so that they could be reusable. I've also got the range, which is the range between each candle, giving us the Fibonacci pull. All of those kind of things. He who has no name has a very good library out there for detecting them as well. So I've been looking into that. They're hard. They're hard to code, but they do look when they are confirmed, they look extremely good as reversal points. But I'll have to finish coding them until I can really give a proper judgment on it, I guess. But yeah, all of this is sort of going in that kind of direction.
I think the problem I had whenever I've had because I won't be able to draw them all on chart. It's just work. I think the problem I had when I had the indicator, an harmonic indicator.
Yes.
Getting longs and shorts at the same time.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. Yes.
So you were like, you didn't know.
You didn't know which way to go.
So so all you had to do were like, you weren't guessing really. You were just looking at which way your market were going, and then just taking the ones which you thought,
From what I've read, it seems that the shark pattern seems to be the one that's the most profitable out of harmonic waves. Now, I'm not 100% sure, but it also looks, they all look so much like the ABC pattern. So that's kind of why I sort of went on the adventure of trying to find the code, well, to try and code them so they would give us entry points, was because they're just so much like ABCs that it could have given us better targets and things like that. So yeah, I agree with you. The problem is when you've got all of them, the anti-crabs, the crab, you've just got so many they're on there, it's unbelievable. If you had wedges and trend lines and things like that on top of that, you're stuffed. You can't see a screen anymore. So, yeah.
It looks awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Really, thank you very much.
No, thanks
for merging this ABC idea and wave trend divergences.
No,
really,
yeah.
I'm happy that you managed to do this. Great.
No, it's thank you to you. We all owe you a big thank you, because thanks to your taking the time to write everything out for me has just made it just so much easier for me to understand the ideas behind that you had behind it. I hope I've done it justice. I hope these yellow labels will give us the entries that they look like. And I will continue to work on it. And if you have any other ideas, I'm all ears, because it seems like we certainly have found a very good entry point here. Thank you, Emma. You've done a fantastic job on your. I'm not sure if everybody can see, but you've ripped pages and pages. Let me go over here. I'm going to pull this over here like that, and if I go over to It looks like it's been.
We cannot see it.
Oh, you can't see my screen? Okay.
Yeah, I think you're sharing the browser only.
Yeah, browser only. If you go to general chat and then go up to the top, you can see there's threads, and then there's a thread called in there ABC plus double divergent strategy, and it's all thanks to that and to Ollie, who spent absolutely tons of time explaining to me, who's a bit thick sometimes, his strategy for the W patterns and all of that, which all seem to work together extremely well. So before I say that it's all going to be fantastic, I hope it's going to work on the back testing results, but it does look good. It does look good.
But when you start to backtest and try to make some automatization, do not worry about some low values, because because I trade this method mainly only manually.
Okay.
And I see very often when, for example, there is a big drop in the price, that there is a first divergence, second divergence, and the third even divergence. So there are sometimes such group of divergences, and we cannot trade every divergence we see. So we need to use also our experience and brains to select proper divergence for trading. And I think in this my article, or I also mentioned about the Mark Kaplan, I think,
Mete Kaplan.
who is also in his video describing a strategy for selecting proper divergence for trading.
Yes.
So it can be useful for someone who is not experienced with selecting proper divergence for trading.
Absolutely. Mete Kaplan, I think it's Mete, isn't it? Is that what you said, Scope? I know that you. Yeah. He's very, very good. Very good at explaining things. Very, very good. So.
You get past the voice. If you get past his voice, it's all right.
Yeah, even his sort of because it takes me sometimes a while to understand some of these things, and his sort of the way that he uses images and graphs and things like that just makes it easy to understand. I think as well. Let me chuck his YouTube channel into.
He's gonna be. Is considering doing a paid course soon.
Okay.
Because people are not happy with him because he's giving information out for free, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And
well, when you look at sorry.
Then people keep saying to him, like sending him emails saying you should consider doing paid courses. And
yeah, I mean,
he's give a lot of information out to a lot of people.
And his videos are good. They're very well explained and everything. They're very, very good. And we have our own Mitty here, don't we? Have Scope. Scope.
Could you share this YouTube? David, question: could you share this YouTube channel with us?
Yes,
the guys
sure.
Discussing about.
Yeah, sure, no problem whatsoever. What I do is I'll put it here. I won't put up my YouTube because I'm sure that my daughter's been sick for the last couple of days, so I'm sure I've got Peppa Pig all over my YouTube. Just bear me 2 seconds. I'll pull up the channel and I'll put it up on here for you. Just bear me 2 seconds. Where is it? There we go. Divergent strategy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change my screen very quickly to the other one so that I can show the channel as well. Change window. Let's go back to the actual screen, and it is this screen here. That one there. You can all see the same screen, I believe. Okay. So if you go to the general chat up here on our Discord, you go up here, you'll find a threads button up here. If you go to ABC plus double divergent strategy, this is Hammerfest and everything he wrote about the double divergence. And if you go a bit further down, he has a YouTube link, which is just here.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you very much.
No problem whatsoever. No problem whatsoever. He goes through a lot of order blocks and things like that. So very interesting.
I think the only thing what people think about it is that they start it and start doing it, and it's just so much information. Do you know what I mean? It's like, obviously you could use all the information you can get, but
yeah, I think
speak a little closer to the microphone, please.
This is gonna kill me. This.
You're
Yeah, I think the problem is with it. It's just hours and hours and hours of content, and it's a lot of people just don't. You know what I mean? It's just so much to go into, and that's how a lot of people just like stop doing it. They learn so much of it and stop doing it.
it can get confusing.
Yeah, because you just I mean, I started. I know Steve were having a laugh about it last time I said it, but I write things down in a book.
Okay.
And he said, we're in 2022 now. Just write it on PC, and I'm not that good with, you know what I mean? So I write everything in a book. I've always got a book at side of me, and I started writing, and I think I did about, I don't know, 16 pages, and I wasn't even halfway through stuff. Do you know what I mean? And I'm like, this is long, this. So I just got the main grasp. I've watched every single one, but I got the main grasp, and then I just used my own things, because there's people on there that watch stuff and that, and they just add their own twist to it. And obviously, if you learn something off somebody and you see how they do it, people might say, well, this is how you do it, this is how he does it. But then obviously, if you've got the experience of doing it yourself and you've watched everything, or you've learned everything you can off of the whatever videos you're watching, you're always going to find a better way, an easier way, and a simpler way to explain it, or just to trade it without going into that much, going that deep into it, finding every little tiny detail that you need in one trade, rather than, you know what I mean, when you can just experience yourself and just go, right, I only need that and that. I see that, and let's go. Do you know what I mean? It's not, you don't need every single bit of information just to get into the trade.
Yeah, we've kind of proven as a group that too much information doesn't get you good trades. I mean, with the ABCs, too much confluence never gave us good entries, and that's the same as trading. If you have tried to get every last bit of information out of it, you'll never take any entries.
I understand the point you make, Scoops. It can be very overwhelming, all this information that you see everywhere around. But it's also for having the understanding of each indicator, or how you set up your trades. It definitely helps me to understand a little bit more. But you're going to give me this summary near future, so that will definitely help me to understand a little bit the grasp of how you trade all these indicators and different strategies. Yeah. But it's for me also, every video that I see, it's helping me to understand a little bit what kind of indicators there are out there. Also to understand all these strategies that David brings together. It's still overwhelming, but I'm getting the hang of it. It takes some time.
I think Stanapa, this year, since January this year, I've watched that many videos. As soon as I turn one on, I watch something nearly every single night without fail. I watched at least 3 or 4 videos. Some are long, some are short, and I like to watch the shorter ones. But I've watched that many videos. One as soon as I start a new one up or load a new video up, as soon as they've said 3 or 4 words, I'm like, yeah, it's in it. You know what I mean? So it's there's that much information, and quite a lot of it's same, but I think it's all useful. But you just, I think we're watching that much, or seeing that much, or having that much information. You just need to take out what you need from it, not what you're being given, if you know what I mean.
Point taken. Clear. Thank you.
Another one that was very, very good. It goes down the same path as as Meta is ICT trading, the inner circle trading. Now, it's even deeper than Meta. There's he's done a full course this year, from the beginning of the year. If I go to YouTube, I'm just, like I said, just bear me 2 seconds. Let me go to youtube.com, and here we go. You'll see, hopefully, a Peppa Pig. Oh no, it's not too bad. So if we go over to ICT trading, inner circle trading mentorship, this guy here is I think he's the father of all of all of these order block strategies. He literally, I think, come up with the idea of order blocks and explained them from quite a while back, and he's given his mentorship away for free. But as you can see, each video is about they've got a bit shorter, but they're about 50 minutes long. So and there's quite a few of them now. And he goes through all the order block ideas. He also goes through the the fair value gaps, the ICT killer zones, which are times of days and things like that. So liquidity pools and things like that. So that's really in-depth information.
Just a quick one on the ICT membership. He did one in 2017, I believe. If you
Yes.
Obviously the 2022 is obviously the up-to-date one, but if you want to get the most out of that, you could go back to the 2017 one and start from there. It's brilliant, and make some notes on it.
Yeah.
Also, I think there's another guy I've found who way before this one. I'm not sure though, but I've got loads of people that I follow now on YouTube and watch. I just can't keep up with them all because there's that many of them that you know that are doing it. But every night I try and watch a bit on Summit. But me, what is it now? You know, when you get your recommended on YouTube, it's just full of all different people, and it's like, you know, I try and keep up, but I never do.
Yeah,
I've got about 60 watch lists.
Yeah,
It's
me
ridiculous.
Too. Yeah, me too. Yep, I'm often up at night time watching things about algo trading and things like that until stupid times in the night. But I suppose if it's what you love, it's not so bad, I guess.
Also, I was speaking with Richard Reeves the other day
Yes.
about he was saying that he's not wrong, but he was saying about, you know, that order blocks, people have been killing them for the last 2 years, and all other strats that they've been killing for the last 2 years. Will they run out? I think these kind of channels, what you're looking at now, I think these keep up. I don't know how to say it. Keep up with the trend, you know. So, like, obviously, there's still. Like I said to Richard Reeves the other day in the group, I said that the things that we're using, they're not new things. They've been around for a lot longer than 2 years. But what they're doing is like he's done a 2017 model of this, and then he's done a 2022 model of this. So obviously, he's using the same kind of thing, the same kind of strategy ways. But it's obviously just keeping up with the trend and keeping up with how to trade them differently and stuff like that.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. And he's been around. He's been doing it, like you said, for a long while. His first video back here was 5 years ago. So, but unfortunately, when they do, when strategies, I showed a graph to, I think it was Vlad last week, of which I'll put into the group, which is an interesting graph, which shows a computer model 5 years ago for algo trading, and a computer model for now of algo trading, and the indicators that they use are just like out of this world in comparison to what any retail trader could have on their computer, working out the math behind their entries and things like that. And it kind of I'm sure that they work out ways to move the market eventually past ICT's method, and like you said, he'll just have to come up with a different way of trading it, I guess.
Yeah, well, That's why, speaking about that, that's why Mete, he goes through so much as well. What it is with like his way of trading. Obviously, he's got a full like tutorial or however a course kind of thing on order blocks, and he said today that like obviously it is. A few years ago, it used to be just easy to trade, like trend lines and support and resistance, and then it's just getting harder and harder. So I think it's just keeping current. And he said today something about that's why the new like patterns are coming in. Yeah, not patterns as in what you were showing. The patterns as in like new ways to trade order blocks or new patterns inside or underneath or just outside of an order block, what you take into consideration. So it's just keeping current with the strategies that people are using. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So obviously the people are going to change it. You can't just you can't just keep they can't just keep trading and it's going to work forever. Obviously nothing will ever work forever, but if these guys keep going with the content, they're just going to always keep current, aren't they, with everything that's new or something new. Oh, look at this new pattern. That's this is now how you trade an order block. This is now how you trade an ABC or something like that. But it's always going to change, and it's just going to get more and more complex as it goes on.
Well, yeah, I mean, with machine learning and things like that inside hedge funds, I think that eventually it's something that everybody's going to have to step into to help them trade, because it's going to be bots against bots as such. So it's going to be very easy for anybody to code a machine learning system that would spot a fair value gap and know which fair value gaps are good entries, because you can train the machine learning to understand that, and I think that's gonna be the next kind of step, I guess, for most people.
Well, can I just literally read what he put? What I've just found, what he put. I was just looking for it while I was thinking about it.
Sure.
He put today, I have to admit, algorithms are becoming much more effective with data mining and machine learning. Trading is harder now. I used to use basics back in the day to structure breaks, order blocks, and breaker blocks. Now I have to combine more structures and check more time frames. So obviously the structures he talks about is the new patterns he puts in his courses, same as ICT will.
Yeah, absolutely. This is the same sort of thing as the screenshot that I'll show. I mean, it was there was 3 screenshots. There was a simple SMA, simple moving average crossover system that was built in the 19 whatever, which was profitable. And nowadays, everybody knows that kind of system is no longer profitable at all. And it's just changed because there is just so many algorithms out there that are so efficient and making the markets so much more efficient than they were before. So us as algo traders or as traders are looking for inefficiencies, and it gets harder and harder.
I think with order blocks especially, I think like when people mark their order blocks out and that, and then they wonder why it didn't work, and that it's the people and the things that the whatever trades from, I forgot how you just call it, algos or whatever it is.
Yep.
I think it's they make that much money getting up to the order block. They don't give a crap about the order block. Do you know what I mean? They're not bothered, and that's why they fail. I've watched quite a few like theories on it, and like that's how they say it. They're not bothered about the order block that's marked out, because they've just absolutely smashed every person's stop losses in the little ranges before hitting that order block, so they can just pass straight through it, or up above it or below it. So.
Yeah. I mean, it'll be pretty simple for any machine learning, like I said, any decent machine learning system to spot that if it's an inefficiency and it's where everybody's setting their stop losses or whatever. It'd be kind of easy for a machine learning system to spot that, and obviously, like you said, take it all out before before either going one way or another, I guess. Yeah. That's where we have to kind of build our own machine learning system, I guess. Some kind of to put that edge on our side as well as we go along, which is something that I'm working on as well. So don't worry, got your back. Right. Yeah.
Just a quick one, if anybody wants to. If you want to have a look at some history on price action and stuff like that, he's put a few names there: Michael J. Huddleston, Tom Dante, and Bob Vollman.
Okay.
Vollman, he's been trading since night.
Just going away from your mic again, mate. We can't hear you.
Sorry. I'll put a couple of names in from price action from people that like some people might have not known about or not heard about, other than like ICT and Mete. There's a couple of other names there. I'll put them in chat, and you can check them out. A lot of them are way before these kind of people, so you could have a look at them if anybody's interested. I'll put them in chat later on with some links to some PDFs and stuff, and they're way before the people that we're looking at now on YouTube and stuff.
Cool. Thank you very much. Cool. And I'll put also some references that were shared with me for the market makers strategies and things like that that are behind this one here. If anybody's interested in looking at vector candles and things like that at the same time. And that's
David, for the yet another ABC.
Yes.
Would you consider doing an indicator version as well for the multiple different types of entries?
Sure. So it kind of.
Or would you just be able to add them into the strategy?
No, I'll release this as an indicator like it is at the moment, and then what I'll do is I'll first of all I'll highlight the ABCs, so it'll come up and show you where the patterns are in a highlighted version like that, and then I'll release it as an indicator as well. Do you want me to add targets and stop losses? I'm not even sure really. I guess the best idea is to use that as a strategy for targets and stop losses, and then
whenever you're ready. It was really just for the different options of entries, I suppose that I meant.
Sure. I can definitely do that. Definitely. I'll release yet another ABC as an indicator, so everybody can look at it and use it if they want to manually. I'll put some alerts on it as well, because obviously that's going to be important if you're going to do that. Yeah. I saw somebody this week, which I'm going to try and emulate as well. They've got a voice channel on their Discord, and they've built a scanner for TradingView that scans through them, and the voice channel alerts directly inside the voice channel. There's an ABC with divergences inside of on XRP on the 15-minute. And
what's that?
It's a voice channel. So I've started looking. I thought it'd be good because, I mean, if you go for a walk or go for a run, you could just have your headset on, and you know that there's a setup in ABCs. So I could kind of do that as well.
You could run back. Just turn again and run back.
Imagine your phone. Imagine your phone saying to you when you're out or something at dinner. There's a divergence on BTC, 15 minutes. Everybody will be like, what?
And this bloke's done that. He's built this like AI voice kind of thing that goes, and every it goes beep, beep, beep. There's a divergence on the BTC, USDT on 15 minutes. And it just goes all day doing that. So I thought I'd try.
Beep, DaviddTech says there's a pumpkin coming.
Sorry, Steve, what did you say, mate?
How was he linked to TradingView? Was it part of Is it a Pine script that he's written?
No, he's built in. He's the guy that I was talking about, who from Algo Box, I think it is called. I'm not sure. The one that's like the €1,000 a month or whatever it was.
Oh right, okay.
He's got his own proprietary software that works with Ninja Trader, I think it is.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, I just saw a video, and somebody in the group told me about him, and I just saw a video about it, and I thought, that could be a good idea for ABCs. I don't know if it's a bit something that anybody would particularly use, but like I said, if you're out and about and you got a headset on, then you really want to know when the ABCs are showing up on a decent number of pairs. I could connect it to PineScript. The PineScript will just alert it, and I'll create some kind of voice technology Python bot, and I'm sure that I could do it. So yeah, it might be interesting.
Maybe if it's a winning trade, a man's voice. If it's a losing trade, it could be better as a woman's voice. You have lost this trade, or something, something calming.
Calming, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You are about to lose this trade, something like that.
Don't worry, sit back. Everything's fine.
Yeah. No emotion.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so I thought it'd be something that I could maybe add to the group. Maybe something nobody uses, but you never know.
It'll stereo all day long.
Yeah, all day. Fix it. It will have to be Hammerfest that does the voiceover. I promise it won't be my voice. You must be fed up with hearing my voice for. I'm thinking about 13 months that we've been doing the group now, isn't it? So 13 months of listening to me, eh, Steve?
I know. You're all right for a southerner, really, David. You're all right.
Think about Vlad yesterday. Listen to me twice or 3 times a week.
It's a crazy experience.
Right, that's about all I've got, I believe. There was a couple of things I added to GitHub this week, which was some Jupyter notebooks, which me and Andre worked on for backtest.py. I'm going to be building a backtesting kind of platform, which I spoke about quite a few times here. I don't think I got a screenshot, have I? This was the start of it. Backtesting platform where I'm building some of the strategies in, one of them going to be the ABC, of course. But you'll be able to backtest them through Python through the website. So I've been working on that, and I've just put a load of open source code into Discord if anybody wants. Into GitHub if anybody wants to have a look at some of the code on backtesting. Backtesting.py, which is an interesting library for anybody who wants to learn Python for trading, because it's quite simple. It's one of the more simple ones that I've found. I tried to keep it as simple as possible because I make it easy for anybody who wants to install it onto their computers as easy as possible. So this thing will optimize and go through the strategy and try and find the best strategies settings using backtesting, and then it will connect to the DaviddTech bot, so you can run it off of directly without having to go through TradingView if any of the trading strategies are interesting to you. And that's about it.
David,
Yes.
Are you still developing the arbitrage idea, the statistical one?
Absolutely. Now, I haven't had much time this week to look into it. Continue it. It certainly is something that I would like to run in the background to see whether it works. I have because it's going to be open source as well, obviously. But I'll put my current one that I've been building into GitHub as well. It's nothing special. It's very static. It's static at the moment. You have to choose the pairs that you want it to work through. But my idea is it to be completely automatic. Go through the X number of pairs on ByBit and then do everything automatically.
Yeah.
I saw a guy. Now I did share his name. He does it all through machine learning. So the idea is he doesn't do the actual arbitrage part of it through machine learning. He does several parts. He does the position, how much of a position to take using machine learning, and then he uses, I believe, if I remember rightly, something called the American Sniper for finding the best possible entry, because obviously the entry for an arbitrage project is going to be something that either kills it or makes it a winning trade. So I'll try and find his YouTube channel because he does a lot of interesting stuff on there. But I certainly will go a lot more into it, hopefully, soon. Well, have you got any projects that you've been looking at, Steve?
No,
not
really.
No.
No.
There is one. There is one. What's his name? Something Wizard. Something Wizard. Wizard Crypto. No, it's not Crypto Wizard. Ah.
I just need something to put my £5 a month Google VM.
That would work perfectly.
It needs to make at least £5 though.
Of course, yes, of course. Yeah. I'll try and find the name of it because he's got a open source bot as well. Can't remember his name. It was something Wizard. I'll try and find it for you, Steve. And
yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, it's just interesting to see that. Definitely.
Yeah.
And there's been quite a lot of people on the Discord asking about the Quasimodo entry on the ABC. But I don't think that quite got finished, did it?
It was me that made a mistake. I'll add it to the entries on here as one of the entries. How can the Quasimodo wouldn't be able to work with the wave trend? I don't think, but it might work with the Victor candles as a entry. How did it work? It was, if I remember rightly, it was sort of coming back down, wasn't it? It was like this.
Yeah.
And then it had to come back and test.
No, that point there, the point where you've just done, that's not that one. The next one, it was testing that point. The previous.
Okay. So I need to try and find a way of finding the confirmation for it.
I mean, don't do anything to break what you've already done, obviously, but
no, of course, I'm good at that.
Yeah, we did have a bit of trouble with QML as well, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Currently, it's not possible. We'll add in the future. Smart money. What's this for? Hello, smart money. Use Quasimodo. Oh yeah, okay. So yeah, it's in the questions as well. The Quasimodo entry. There is kind of a way. If you choose Quasimodo and then choose entry like you have on your screenshot, that should work. I believe. It's been. I think that's right. If you use Quasimodo and then you click entry like you have on your screenshot, that should give you the alert for Quasimodo.
There you go, then.
Somebody else.
Did you update it, David?
I don't know. I don't know if I changed that.
Do you know what? I don't know if it got. Do you know what? I think what happened with that is we put it into the ABC and then we took it out because it was coded differently. And then I think you went to put it on a separate strategy, but I don't think we ever finished it or it ever got,
I kind of remember now you're talking about it, I remember what happened was it sort of like validated all the way over here, didn't it? We were getting our entries here and then suddenly all of a sudden we're waiting like 10 candles or even more than that to actually get the signal from TradingView. I think that was where I didn't and then with, like you just said, I didn't put the alerts into that version that the guy's actually using at the moment. So you're right. You're very right.
Yeah, because we was literally going to do it as a strat, but we're doing it.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
I think to be fair as well, it's not like I don't think it's.
You've gone too far away from your
Sorry. Yeah, I think as well though QML. I don't think it's as it is a.
You've gone completely.
It is a valid.
Are you swinging on your chair, Scope? Have you got a chair and you're swinging back on?
No, someone's just banged upstairs. I don't know if it was my little daughter falling out of bed or not. Yeah, I think QML obviously it's a certified position to whatever you want to call it, pattern.
Yeah,
but I don't think it's as reliable as a lot of others.
Yeah, it's.
I used to have it on my chart all the time, but I noticed it wasn't like too reliable, or you couldn't count on it, kind of thing.
Okay. Oh well, I'll have a look at. I'm gonna add the possible ABCs, where it doesn't break through the ABC like this one here. Any other ones that have Fibonacci's as well? I'll have a look at adding that as well, the Quasimodo, to see whether it's possible without screwing it up. Obviously, if it doesn't work, I won't do it. Yeah.
David, could I also ask something separate?
Sure.
There's an idea that Yorkshire Ripplers put in the IDs for David, and it's about the Asian sessions.
Yes.
I can't quite remember. I put the link in the chat.
Yes, I just saw it.
Yeah, I don't know if that's something that's codable. So like a reaction from the Asian session after a pump or a dump.
Okay.
But I've no idea if that's codable or not.
Yeah.
But it looks interesting from what he's described.
Yeah, it's ICT's kill zones.
Is it?
Yeah, the indicator ICT kill zones.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Which was, and this obviously is some kind of order blocks, is it? Yeah, by the looks of it. Cool. This was something that I was sort of going to look
But it's
at.
the sequence of events between the sessions. Let me just read it. If Asia goes sideways and Europe either pumps or dumps, then New York will often reverse the pump or dump from Europe.
Okay.
If Asia pumps or dumps and Europe goes sideways, then New York will often reverse the pump or dump from Asia. The last 2 days have been perfect examples on large pairs.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
But,
I guess.
Whether that's codable or not, I don't know. I mean,
pumps or dumps.
you'd have to sort of see when it's ranging.
I looked at one today, Steve. Well, probably about an hour before this live stream, and it was an actual strategy, Asia and London.
All right.
And the I'll send you a video in beta so you can have a look at it. But it was something like you took the Asia open and close. Marked the high, marked the high and the low, and then when London opened, whichever way you were facing, you put the trade. Whichever way the London market was facing, took the trade in that direction and aimed for Asia's open, or something like that. It did it pretty good, like, to be fair. I didn't take it all in, but I watched it, so it'll still be in my history.
Pretty sure I haven't done justice to what Yorkshire Ripplers put in the ideas for David, but
no,
might be worth looking at.
Yeah, I'll have a look and I'll speak to him.
You've got nothing else to do, have you?
Absolutely. Thanks, Steve. Yeah, I'll have a look and I'll send him a message.
Cool.
And if you don't mind sending me the video as well, Scoop, I'll have a look as well.
Yeah, I'll send it to you, mate.
Thank you very much.
And that were. I think it was smart money as well. I think that were to do with. I'm pretty sure that were to do with order blocks as well. I think the actual strategy, but obviously it used the Asia and London. There's an actual indicator just for Asia on its own, what he puts on, and then obviously one for all the time zones. But then he just unticks them all and just leaves London and Asia on.
This is there. I can see what they're saying. I mean, you can see that. As it dumps on one, it pumps on the other.
See, look, see this one. What you're looking at now, this Asia and New York. I think what they did there was when Asia closes, obviously you've got that box there for when it closes. The way I think he did it was where the bottom was of the Asia and where the top was. Obviously, when it come back into London time and you had a break of structure to the up or change of character to the up, you aimed for the Asia's high.
Okay.
As a target. You know what I mean? And that's how he traded it.
Okay. Yeah, seems by the look at these entries here, looks like a bloody good strategy.
Idea for tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Idea for tonight.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to sleep tonight, David.
No, I'm not. No. Yeah, this is.
Oh mate, I'm gonna have to get your video now to send it you so you stay up till 5 o'clock in the morning coding it and say, look Scopes, look Steve, we've got this.
I've got both of your WhatsApps. Be careful, I'll phone you.
I
don't mind, I'll probably still be up anyway.
Yeah, I know you will. Yeah, it does look too good. It looks absolutely brilliant. I think you're right. I'll be up pretty late tonight. Oh well.
Do you have that big mug of coffee next to you?
Yeah, fine. Yeah, absolutely. Don't worry, you're up all night anyway, so I'll be sending you messages. Oh, we've got thingy to
Yeah,
anyway,
sure.
haven't we?
I can debug for you, like we did with the waves.
Yeah.
In fact, Johnny's on tonight, innit, as well, so I might stay up a bit late like I did last time, and I might just send it you then so you can have a look at it then, and then you can. It'll only probably take you about 10 minutes to build indicator anyway, so I might as well just stay up.
Let's go, team! Woo!
Oh man.
Trying to find it now. Literally. Just looked at it.
There are a bunch of questions in the chat room
Sure.
of the live.
Thank you very much. Okay, over now.
On Discord, sorry.
Yep. Just looking through them now. Sorry. I can't trade a dynamic order size with DaviddTech bot. Stop loss is there's going to be a feature in the next update, which is kind of going to be will start being rolled out as of Monday next week. So yes, that's something that we'll be adding in the next couple of days. Thanks, Vlad. Okay, the same question about dynamic algo on the bot. It's going to be for starting to be rolled out as of next week. Yeah, Yorkshire Repack, yeah, absolutely. Looks like I've got a busy night with without that. Thank you very much for sending me the strategy. It certainly looks like a good idea. I've watched a bit about the ICT kill zones recently. I haven't had enough time to finish watching that part of the course, so yeah, I certainly will look. I'll backtest it tonight by the sounds of it.
I'm sure you'll be able to fit in an ABC somewhere as well in it.
Yeah, absolutely. Look for an ABC as it goes into the next. Yeah. Oh God, here we go. Oh dear.
I was joking. Don't do that.
No, I'm sure it'll fit in there somewhere. Yeah, another ABC. Right. Once again, I apologise for yesterday. If anybody has any questions, I'll quite happily answer them, and otherwise I'll leave you to your evening or day. Crypto, my day has been muted. I'll just take you off mute just in case you have any questions. We could hear your mic earlier. Yeah. Anybody got any questions that I can answer? Oh, it looks like no. Okay. Well, thanks for joining me once again. Vlad has Johnny has a stream this evening. He has at 7 p.m, so midnight London time. And then we have Strong P that has an advanced TA tomorrow, where he goes through Elliott Wave and things like that. And then we're back to Monday, where Vlad's going to be doing some beginner. And I know that Scope was going to do a TA session tonight, but unfortunately, because of a couple of problems that I had, I didn't get through the code to him. So next week, hopefully, we'll have a order block session with Scopes. Thanks everybody for joining me.
We will do if I've got the indicator ready. I'll do it.
Absolutely.
Just so everyone can use indicator, so it's a lot easier for them to see. Because if you try and with order blocks, if you try and tell somebody not how to trade, but look, this is like how it is, and they try and look at a normal like naked chart, they'll just have about 6 million order blocks on the chart, which most of them will fail anyway. So
no, it was totally my fault. I do apologise. I will get you an indicator to you. Well, I'll speak to you over the weekend anyway, and I'll send you what I've done. This one here, which has got all of the inside change of characters and the break of structures, etc. I've got to clean it up a bit, and then I'll send that to you, and you just tell me what you need on top of that.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
We also have a proper mic scope.
Sorry?
I said, will you also have a proper mic setup scope with the session?
Yeah, I've got a new mic, but I keep walking away from it. And last week when we were in one of Johnny's ABC's live streams, they all just David, Johnny, and Vlad just like ripped me to bits about my mic because I kept moving away from it and that. So I need to get used to it.
Need to glue his head to it.
Yeah. Glue it to my chin.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to the session, Scoop.
Yeah.
No problem, mate.
Thank you very much, everybody. Have a great bye, Steve. Bye, everybody. Thank you very much for joining me again.
See you later.
Yeah, and
Bye. Good evening.
Good evening to you. I will update and send this to everybody so that everybody can have a go at playing around with it, see if it's any good tomorrow. So have a good evening,
and
everybody.
I'll see you all at 1 o'clock on Johnny's live stream. See you later, guys. Peace.
Cheers, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.